Hey there, and happy Thursday. It's noontime here on the East Coast. I hope your Thursday is going well. This is Kim, Hockey Mom RD. If you have never seen me before, I run this group. I'm the hockey dietitian, and just thank you to everybody who has joined. This group has grown tremendously over the past couple years. I have to put my glasses on. Hey, Megan. So today, what I want to, and Michelle, hey, thanks so much for watching. I just did a live over on my Instagram channel, and I want to talk about the same thing over here for you all. Be sure to check out my Instagram channel because I post stuff over there that I don't post here, so you'll find more information over there too. So one of the questions that I always get, or the concerns, is I want my youth ice hockey player to get more protein. More protein, more protein, more protein. Protein is important, hey Renee, for building, repairing, and maintaining our muscle tissue. Protein has a whole bunch of jobs in the body. It helps to transport through products in and out of our cells. You know, I could go on and on, but the main reason that most people think about protein is for building muscle. And it's important, it's one of the pieces for building muscle, but so is work. But to help you get more protein in your skater's meal plan without using a protein powder and without thinking, oh my gosh, I need to feed my kid, 8-ounce steaks all the time, I want you to try to think about getting protein sources also that contain carbohydrates. Because if you've been in my group for a while or you've taken any of my courses, you know that first of all, hockey's a stop and go sport. You know that. You watch your skater on the ice. Even the goalie works in short bursts, ups, down, side to sides. And carbohydrates are very important. Carbohydrates are the base. When you're creating a meal or a snack, then you move to lean proteins, and then you move to a healthy fat. So today I want to talk about pasta. Now I know there's some skaters in this group that are gluten-free, either because they have celiac or because they're gluten sensitive. So the pastas that I'm referring to right now are gluten-based pastas. There's a bunch of gluten-free pastas on the market also, but the nutrients that I talk about may differ just a little bit. And I'm not talking about the pastas that are from the lentils and the chickpeas, because those are going to have even more fiber in them. So first off, I usually have just whole wheat pasta in my house. Oopsie, this is Ronzoni, 100% whole grain. We prefer the whole grain, but then I do sometimes have white pasta in the house. And when you look at the food label, it'll tell you what the serving size is from its dry measure. And then you go down to the bottom and you look at the food label and you'll see, so for each of these pastas, for 56 grams, you're going to get 7 grams of protein, or your skater is going to get 7 grams of protein when they eat that. But how do you measure it? I literally used my digital scale to make sure I had 56 grams, and then I added each one of these pastas into measuring cups, because it is on the whole wheat, it says 56 grams, 3/4 of a cup dry. And that's true. So here's a 1/2 cup and a 1/4 cup, 3/4 of a cup dry. If you don't know this, or if you want to teach this to your skater, because I've worked with skaters that have gone on to juniors, some of them have had to do their own cooking. And if they don't understand how pasta cooks, they get stuck with a whole bunch of pasta that they're not going to eat. Pasta doubles from its dry measure. So when they measure 3/4 of a cup of dry whole wheat pasta, this is going to cook up to 1.5 cups of cooked pasta. Now that might not be a ton. Hey David, hey Lauren, that might not be a ton. So if your skater wanted 3 cups of cooked pasta, you could go up to 1.5 cups of dry and then cook it up. So just remember, whatever the dry measure is with pasta is going to double when it's cooked. So the measure that I'm working with is the 3/4 of a cup of dry pasta. This will give your skater 7 grams of protein. So if you wanted just a little quick snack, they could cook up 3/4 of a cup of pasta it will yield 1.5 cups of cooked pasta, and then they can add some chicken to it and some vegetables, and they've got a nice quick power bowl that they could have, say, in the 4 to 6 hour window. If they're going to be going larger food, you know, if they want like a big huge bowl, remember the stomach can only digest and absorb so much food at a given time. It doesn't matter how tall you are. I taught at ECU, and I remember my basketball players that were like 6'4", 6'9", 6'10", always trying to get me to say that their bodies were going to work a little bit differently when it came to digestion and taking care of nutrients that we put in our body than others, and that's not true. So even if you have a very big skater, say like Reese David, you know, and he wants to have more, his body's going to need more time to digest that food before he gets on the ice. But a quick little 3/4 cup, 1.5 cups of cooked pasta with a little bit of meat and some vegetables would be a great meal in the 4 to 6 hour window, because remember, they're continuing to eat throughout the day, and hopefully they're having small snacks as they lead up to ice time. So that's the whole wheat pasta. Then we have the white pasta. Now the whole wheat, one more note about that, is it's rich in fiber. So this single serving contains 6 grams of dietary fiber. Dietary fiber is fantastic. It stays in our stomach longer. It helps to keep our blood sugars more stable. It helps to decrease our cholesterol. But because it stays in our stomach longer, that means the food is going to take a little bit longer to move out of our stomach. So if your skater is eating this too close to ice time, the fiber might make them feel a little bit uncomfortable when they get on the ice, because when they get on the ice, they don't want to have food in their stomach. They want to have food in their body that they've been eating day in and day out, but they don't want food in their stomach. They don't want to cramp. So the white pasta, 56 grams of the white pasta is 1/2 cup, and this will cook up to 1 cup of cooked pasta. Remember, the dry measure of pasta doubles when it's cooked, and this will give them 2 grams of dietary fiber. So that's not bad. For my sons, when they played hockey and they'd get home from school around 2:45, I used to be able to walk them home because the school's right behind us. I was lucky. I would have pasta and red sauce ready for them. Hey, Vicky. And they would have pasta and red sauce before their 6 o'clock practice. So that was right in the 2 to 3 hour window. So I only used the white pasta. Plus, truth be told, they were kind of picky, like everybody says their kid is, and they didn't go for whole wheat pastas when they were younger. But this would work better in the tighter window for ice time, and it also provides your skater with 7 grams of protein. Now, a quick tip about red sauce: you want to make sure that it doesn't have fat in it, because if you've read my material or you've taken a class with me, fat will slow your skater down. And some really good marinara sauces are quite rich in olive oil, whereas olive oil is good for you. Your body still sees it as fat, and it's going to take longer to digest, and it's going to make them feel slower on the ice. So that's the quick tip. Add pasta. 3/4 cup of dried whole wheat pasta cooks up to 1.5 cups of cooked pasta. 1/2 cup of white pasta will cook up to 1 cup of white pasta. And then if you want to add more protein, 3 ounces of meat is going to add another 21 grams. So if you're just using this small measure of pasta with meat, you're going to get to about 28 or 30 grams of protein in that meal. So it's pretty easy to get the protein in. And what I also want you to focus on is getting the carbohydrates in too. And that's what I work on in my program, The Rink, which is my 12-week group coaching program. If you are interested in speaking with me personally about your skater, you can just shoot me a DM, and I would be very happy to help you and talk to you to see if The Rink would be a good fit for you. Listen, what's working, what's not working, and I may be able to make some suggestions to help your skater move forward. One last thing that I didn't say that I said on my other video was These are rich in potassium. However, the whole wheat pasta contains, it was 200 if my memory is right, it contains 240 milligrams of potassium for the single serving. So that is 6% of the daily needs. And then the white pasta contains 110 milligrams of potassium, which is 2% of the daily needs. And you know that potassium is very important for the muscles, including our heart, and it is one of the electrolytes that we all sweat out when we sweat. So, you know, food also helps our body to replace electrolytes that have been lost too. So thank you everybody for watching. This has been awesome. Kanisha, thank you. And you all go make it a fantastic Thursday, and stay safe if you're in bad weather. Happy skating.